we'll continue with exercises from 2.1. Write each ratio in its simplest form. So when you write ratio in its simplest form, that means first you express it as a ratio, and then if possible you should simplify. But the first one, there is nothing to simplify by, so it's just 7/12. We can write it as 7/12, but it's the same. Under B, 5/11, you can leave it as it is. Under C, it's 10/25. We can simplify both numerator and denominator by 5, so you get 2/5. Under D, 16/40. Well, we can simplify both numerator by 4 and denominator by 4. Actually, we can do better than that, but for now, it's 4/10. Again, we can simplify by 2 and you get 2/5. Next, under E, we have the ratio of 3 wholes and 1/2 to 5 wholes and 3/5. Well, 3/4. So the first thing we should do here is to convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions. 2 times 3 is 6, 7/2. 4 times 5, it's 20 times 3, plus 3, it's 23/4. How do you deal with double fractions? You multiply the outer ones 4 times 7 in the numerator and 2 times 23 in the denominator. Here we can cancel by 2, so you're left with 2 in the numerator here. 2 times 7 is 14/23. This is its simplest form. And the last, under F, we have 7.5/22.5. Actually, it would be better if you multiply by 10 in both numerator and denominator. So you get 75/225. I think both of these are divisible by 15. And 75 divided by 15 is 5. And 225 divided by 15, it's 15. So again, if you divide by 5 both sides, so we simplify both of these, you get 1/3. Let's continue. Write each comparison as a ratio in its simplest form. So under A, we get 12 centimeters to 18 centimeters. Again, you can write it horizontally with column separated by column 2 dots. Or here, of course, the units will cancel and we can simplify by 6. So you get 2/3. Under B, you get 15 meters over 150 centimeters. You should pay attention here. We don't have both units on the same unit. So one is in meters and the other in centimeters. So it would be great if we convert both on same unit so that when we cancel the unit. In this case, it's easier to convert into centimeters. So now we cancel the units. Also, we divide both sides, both numerator and denominator, by 150. You get 10/1. You can just write 10, but in ratio you have to have a second part, so 10/1. Under C, it's 250 grams to 650 grams. If you simplify by 10, also you get 25/65. Dividing by 5 results into 5/13. And the last one, under D, 150 grams to 2 kilograms. Again, let's convert 2 kilograms into grams. 150 grams to 2,000 grams. Grams and grams are cancelled, and we get 15/200. We can divide both by 5, so you'll get 3/40. The ratio of two numbers, so we have two numbers and the ratio is 2/5. So a number A over a number B, or maybe X over Z, would be 2/5. And their sum the sum of their squares is 261. So a squared plus b squared is 261. Well, we need to solve this system here. So the first thing that you should do here is cross multiply. 5a is 2b, and now you get a squared plus b squared is 261. Now if you try solving this one, this is not a linear equation, but we can substitute here. Let's say b is 5 over 2a, and now I get a squared plus, well, instead of b squared I'm putting 5 over 2a all squared. This is 261. Well, this is an equation. It's not a linear one, but it's an equation. So let's see, what can we do. It's a squared plus 25 over 4a squared. It's 261. We can factor an a squared, and what do you get? You get 1 plus 25 over 4 is 261. A squared is a squared times 29 over 4 is 261. Now, if you multiply by 4 and divide by 29, you get a squared is 261 times 4 over 29. 261 divided by 29 is 9 times 4. So a squared is 36. A would be plus minus 6, but let's just take the positive case. So a is 6. Now, if a is 6, that means b would be, substitute here, that means b would be 5 over 2 times 6. That results into 50. So a is 6, b is 50. If you want to find the negative numbers, it would be negative here and negative here. So there will be two pairs. Find the ratio of the area of a square to its perimeter. The ratio of the area of a square to its perimeter is 5 to 4. Find the length of one side of the square. Well, how do you find the area of a square? Let's say that square has side length x. Its area will be x squared. Its perimeter would be 4x. Now, the ratio of area to perimeter is 5 to 4. Well, its area is x squared, to its perimeter is 4x, it's 5 to 4. Now, we can cancel here these x's, so you get x over 4, it's 5 over 4. That means x is 5. Find the length of one side of the square. Well, it's 5. The lengths of the sides of a triangle are in ratio 2 to 5 to 6, and its perimeter is 260. What is the length of the longest side? Well, if a triangle has a side A, another side B, and another side C, and those are in ratio 2 to 5 to 6, that means one side would be 2 times a number, let's say k, but because now those will be proportional, that means the other side would be 5k and 6k. Well, the perimeter is a plus b plus c, which is 260. If you add them up, you get 2k plus 5k plus 6k is 260. This being 13k is 260. Divide by 13, you get that k is 20. Now, if k is 20, you go back and substitute here. 2 times 20, that's 40. Then you substitute 5 times 20, that's 100. And then you substitute 6 times 20, that is 120. $180 is shared between 4 brothers in the ratio. Let's say the first brother is A. He will get 3 parts. So let's say that part is K, so he will get 3 parts. Brother B would get 4 parts, 4K. Brother C would get 5 parts, 5K. Brother D would get 6 parts, 6K. If I add up all of these, this would be the total amount of the money that these brothers will share. That is 180. So 3K plus 4K plus 5K plus 6K is 180. So 18K is 180. So K is 10. Now that I figured out that K is 10, the first brother will get 30, the second brother will get 40, and third brother will get 50, and fourth brother will get $60. Write each rate as a unit rate. Well, writing it as unit rate means the denominator should be 1. Practically just divide 200 over 4. That is 50 and meters per second. Under B, 140 divided by 7. That is 20. KMS, kilometers per second over hour. Liters, 15 liters to 480 kilometers. If you write it as unit length, you divide 15 divided by 480, you get 0.03125 liters per kilometer. Next, 4 years over $10,000. You divide 4 divided by 10,000, that is 0.0004 years per dollar. Under E, you get 375,000 library books or per 2,500 students. So how many books per student? 3,750,000 divided by 2,500. That means 150 library books per student. Now it should be singular because there is one student there. Under F, 7 CDs per $28. If you divide 7 divided by 24, that should be 0.24 CDs per dollar. All right, next, find the unit price for each item. Well, $57 for 7 pencils. That means unit price, which means how many pencils, how much does one pencil cost. So $56 to 7 pencils, that is $8 per pencil. Under B, we get $156 per 3 books. After dividing by 3, 156, it should be $52 per book. Under C, you get $12.10 for 11 bottles of water. If you divide, it's going to be 11, so 1.1 per bottle. And under D, you get $4.80 for 12 cans. Dividing by 12, that would be $0.4 per can. So 4.8 divided by 12 would be 0.4. A map has a scale 1 to 120,000. The distance between Ankara and Istanbul on the map is 4 centimeters. What is the actual distance between Ankara and Istanbul? So if it has ratio 1 to 120,000, that means 1 centimeter in reality is 120,000 centimeters in 1 centimeter in map is 120,000 centimeters in reality. That means 4 centimeters in reality would be how many in map would be how many centimeters in reality. Well, this is a direct variation. Why? Increasing centimeters in the map would result increased centimeters in reality. So 4 to 1, 4, sorry, 4 to 1 is x to 120,000. Cross multiply, x is 4 times 1 to 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's 480,000 centimeters. Now this, to make a bit more sense, we divide by 100 to convert it into meters. You get 4,800 meters. You divide to convert it into kilometers because that's what you're measuring distance between cities. It looks 4.8 kilometers, but this is some question mark. So on the exercise, it should have been kind of 2 more zeros on the ratio on the map. Why? The distance between 2 cities like Istanbul and Ankara is not 5 kilometers. So mathematically, the question is solved correctly, but in reality, this shouldn't be the aspect ratio. Now, determine whether each pair of the ratios is a proportion. Well, how do you find whether it's a proportion? If you remember, we said just cross multiply. If you get 2 times 9, if it's equal to 3 times 6, so 18 is equal to 18, then it is a ratio. If it's not, or maybe you can try to multiply one of the equations by something. Let's solve it under B like that. So 5 over 7, if I multiply by 3 the numerator, I'll get 15 over 21. So it is. Under C, let's solve it with different ways. Here, under C, you get 4 over 3. If I multiply 4 by 5, then of course I need to multiply the denominator same by 5. I can't multiply by different numbers. I get 20 over 50. So this is also a proportion. Under D, I get 7 over 13 is equal to 28 over, it's equal to 28 over 52. Let's use the first method here. 7 times 52 is equal to 13 times 28. You can multiply 7 times 52, that is 364, and 13 times 28, that is also 364. So it is a proportion. Under E, you get 5 over 12. If you multiply 5, if you cross multiply, in this case here, 20 times 5 is equal to 8 times 12. 20 times 5 is 100. 8 times 12 is 96. This is clearly not equal, so this is not a proportion. Under F, we have 3 over 7 is equal to 12 over 27. Let's try to multiply with a second way we mentioned. If I multiply here by 4 to make the numerators equal, I need to multiply the denominator also by 4. So I get 12 over 28. Well, 12 over 28 is not 12 over 27, so this is clearly not a proportion. And under G, we get 3 over 60 is 0.3 over 6. By cross multiplying, you get 18 is 0.3 times 60, which is 18 is equal to 18. So it's okay. And under H, you get 0.012 over 40, 0.48. If you multiply both by 1000, you get 12 over 480. You divide both by 12, and you get 1 over 20, 1 over 40 actually, which is not 1 over 4, so this is not a proportion. Find x in each proportion. Well, you can either use the previous or either one of the previous methods that I mentioned. So x over 2, it's 6 over 3. You can use cross multiplication, or you can just divide the second fraction by 3. You get 2 to 1 and then multiply by 2. In this case, it will be easier to cross multiply. So you get 3x is 12, x is 4. Great. Under B, cross multiply 4x is 60. Divide by 4, x is 15. Under C, cross multiply 40 is 5x, x is 8. Under D, cross multiply 3x is 7 times 18. 7 times 18 is 126. Divide by 3, that's 42. Under E, now let's not just cross multiply, because we can cross multiply, but let's not perform the operation. So 8x is 7 times 32. If I divide by 8, I get 7 times 32 over 8. And this would be the best way to, because we can simplify by 8. So here we get 4. That means 7 times 4 is 28. So sometimes it's way better to not perform the operations directly. Here, if you cross multiply, or let's first get rid of this double fraction, you get x over 3 is, this is a double fraction, the main fraction is here. So we need to add the denominator of the numerator here, which is the number 2. 2 times 2, that's 4 over 3. Well, we got this ratio. We can cross multiply, but here it's so obvious x would have been 4. Is equal to 12, x is 4. Perfect. Under G, we get x over 1.2 is equal to 5 over 3.6. Cross multiplying results into 3.6x is 1.2 times 5. So that means 1.2 times 5 over 3.6. We can multiply both numerator and denominator by 10 to get rid of that decimal part. So 12 times 5 is equal over 36. We can simplify here by 12 and you get 1 over 3. So x is 5 over 3. And the last one, H, we get 2x over 3, it's 5 over 4. Cross multiply, 8x is 15. So x is 15 over 8. And the last exercise from this set, under A, if you cross multiply, you get 2x plus 2, 3x minus 2. So 2x plus 4, it's 3x minus 6. Now, adding 6 to both sides, 2x plus 10, it's 3x. Subtract 2x, you get x is 10. Under B, 2x plus 3 over 3x plus 1, it's 4 over 5. Cross multiply, 5 times 2x plus 3, it's 4 times 3x plus 1. So you get 10x plus 15, it's 12x plus 4. This is a simple equation. From here we can get that 2x is actually 11. So x is 11 over 2. Under C, again cross multiply 4 times 6x minus 4 would be 11 times 2x plus 4. 4 times 6, it's 24x minus 16, it's 22x plus 44. Subtracting 22x, 24 minus 22x would be 2x minus 16 is 44. 2x is 60, so that gives us x is 30. And the last one under D, x minus 3 over x is x minus 1 over x plus 1. Cross multiply, we get x minus 3 times x plus 1 is x minus 1 times 3. Getting rid of brackets, now the way we get rid of brackets is by multiplying all these different pairs. So what do we get? X times x, it's x squared. Sorry, here I wrote 3, but it's not 3, it was x. X times x, it's x squared plus x minus 3x minus 3 is x squared minus x. Now we can cancel these two x squares because if you subtract x squared from both sides, they will just cancel out. X minus 3x, that's minus 2x, minus 3 is minus x. Add 2x to both sides, you get minus 3 is positive 2x minus x is just x. So x is negative 3.